Well, welcome to Global Vision. I am extremely happy because we have here with us today Al Munguia, and we're going to speak about hospitality business and other things. But before we do that, I would love to give you the welcome here.
Well, thank you for having me. I'm quite honored and very excited to be here. Thank you.
I would like to know, how did you start in the hospitality business?
Well, that story goes back to the early 1970s. So I grew up in San Francisco, born and reared there. And when I was in high school, my mother worked at a hotel as a housekeeping supervisor. So one summer, I applied for a job and started working as a laundry attendant. So I worked in the laundry room, washing linen and folding, and did that for the summer. And then a little later, I got transferred to the front desk. And that's what sort of started the whole career. I continued working in the hotel while I was in college, and I was studying international relations was my focus. The idea was to, be an international businessman, right? But hospitality got in my blood, and I wound up staying in the hospitality industry throughout my entire career.
Wow. And you hold many different positions in hotels, and you end up just putting your own hotel afterwards. So at the end, I think you're an international businessman.
Well, that's the funny thing. Sometimes we achieve our goals without realizing that we achieve our goals, right? We achieve them in a different form way. But yes, you're absolutely right. I've been very fortunate that my dreams came true.
So tell us about the Hood River Hotel.
Well, in 2017, I was the general manager of the Jupiter Hotel in Portland, Oregon, and an opportunity came up with the Hood River Hotel. It's a 41-room hotel in downtown Hood River, built in 1911. It's on the National Historic Register. We purchased the hotel, and myself and 4 other partners. And we decided to try to restore the hotel to its original luster. And so pulled out carpets, found these incredible, beautiful floors that had just been hidden, over years and years. And again, we bought it in 2019, and here we are in 2021, and the hotel is doing very well.
Wow. And what you will say that were the main challenges to become a hotel owner?
The main challenge, honestly, well, the first part is always the financial, because you do have to have some sort of resources. So that's always a challenge. But I will be honest, it is not always just financial. I was very fortunate that my knowledge is a big part of what I bring to the table. So I was able to leverage that as part of my investment, was my expertise in that industry. But the hardest part, honestly, is to believe in yourself.
That's
and
so beautiful.
And to go on that lurch and to say, yes, I'm going to risk, I'm going to try, I believe in myself. And so that was the hardest part. I had been successful as a hotel operator for others for many, many years. But translating that into I'm now going to do this for me was probably the biggest challenge.
Yeah. And this hotel has 41 rooms and is a boutique hotel. What kind of clientele do you expect? What is the people normally that goes to your hotel?
Well, one of the things about the Hood River Hotel, first things, our core value is we are a place for everyone. So the demographic is very, very wide. We have, because of the history of the hotel, its location, we have, the older crowd, if you will, that enjoys that history and the charm and so forth. We have the younger generation that is about exploring the outdoors and unique experiences, right? They don't want the traditional square room. They want something a little bit that has a little bit more personality. So it's a very broad range. It's families, it's individuals, it's LGBTQ. It is not LGBTQ. It is seniors, but it is youngsters. It is everyone is welcome.
Love
As we
it.
always say, as in God's house, all are welcome as well.
Wonderful. And you've been for many years the Oregon Tourism Commissioner. Can you explain us what is that? What was your responsibilities?
Well, in the state of Oregon, we have 9 commissioners that oversee Travel Oregon. Travel Oregon is the state organization that is in charge of representing the state from a tourism perspective, domestically and internationally. The 9 commissioners, they're appointed by the governor, and the 9 commissioners come from different regions of the state and also different industries, but all industries that have an interest in tourism. So I was the commissioner, if you will, from the Portland area, representing the hotels. There are other commissioners that represent the other parts of the tour and travel industry and so forth. But again, we are responsible for overseeing the strategic plans and then the budgets for Travel Oregon. And so we approve those. We have commission meetings at least 4 times a year that are open to the public, where we set strategies. And then, of course, the Travel Oregon team implements and as you know, Oregon has had an incredible success in the work they've done. Oregon, a couple of years ago, nobody had heard of Oregon, and now Oregon is on the international stage as a destination. So
that's a wonderful work. And what kind of countries have you visited? Because I know that you have really traveled extensively, just trying to really explain people why Oregon is a place to go. And what was the purpose of these trips? Why people react to coming to these meetings and learn more about Oregon?
Well, I had the good fortune. Countries. My first trip was to Amsterdam. And we were actually there to celebrate the anniversary of a direct nonstop flight from Portland to Amsterdam. So in that trip, I was fortunate enough to attend with the governor of the state of Oregon, and as well as Todd Davidson, who's the CEO of Travel Oregon, and several other dignitaries from Delta, from other industries. From there, we went to Berlin. So I was there as well, and that was quite an experience, again, with the governor of Oregon, traveling part of his entourage. But I also had the good fortune of visiting several cities in Canada, Mexico as well, Australia, New Zealand, as I mentioned, Holland, Germany, and also I'm trying to think of where else Korea.
Wow.
I also had the good fortune of going to Korea as well.
Beautiful.
And the purpose of these trips is to meet with the local tour and travel experts and remind them of the beauty of Oregon and the appeal to their travelers. And again, not just from a tourism perspective, but from a trade perspective as well. Because when we went, for example, with the governor, we had several representatives from various different companies, major global companies that were there also to promote Oregon, and companies that have home bases in the states of Oregon, and to promote trade.
And now you are in a group, actually, working to create a vaccine passport. Can you tell us something about that?
Yes. So let me tell you a little bit about this story. So I sort of retired in 2018 from working every day, and sort of have started working as a consultant, helping different properties and organizations. I got involved with this organization that had created that was in the beginnings of creating a vaccine passport. At the time where COVID was, it really was a contact tracing system, which is where we were focusing. And so they approached me because and wanted some input from a user standpoint. How does this look? How would a hotel use this? What are the challenges? How do we overcome them? So my focus was really helping them from a user perspective to make it as easy and as simple for the user to do. Well, the program has morphed. It is a wonderful little system, to be quite frank. I'm very proud of the work that these gentlemen have done. They've created a wonderful product called InVisit. And it verifies the user ID. So before it verifies my vaccine, It'll verify that me, the user, is indeed the right person. And so I could not verify your vaccine. We want to make sure, because it's about privacy. So it verifies my my identity, and then it verifies the vaccine. And it does that in two different ways. But the important part to remember is that what we are able to do here is verify the vaccinations of Americans in the United States. So where we see this being a great potential market is as the world opens up and as people traveling, countries will need to verify that those coming from the United States are indeed have received the vaccine and so forth. And that really is the market for it. But it's a wonderful product.
Wow. And it's not only for Portland, it's also for the whole United States.
It's global. It really,
Okay,
yes. So we're able to verify vaccines for anybody in the United States because obviously we have access to these records and this data here. So yes, and then, you know, the use of it will be global in order to protect citizens for other countries as Americans begin to travel again.
Oh, wonderful. That would be...
It is one of those steps about, again, with tourism, right, about opening up the world once again to allowing people to travel and to experience different cultures. Because the more we travel, the smaller the world gets, and the more we realize how alike we all really are.
I feel the same way. Everyone, I think, is missing this opportunity. And when do you think that this vaccine passport will be ready? People could download this app and everybody could have it. How this will work? It will be in different languages?
Yes, currently it is available only in English, but we are testing it out in different languages as well. It is available now, and it is a fully functional product. Again, you as an individual, I would not have a need for it because obviously, it's more of a business thing or a country thing. So we're working with several different organizations throughout the globe right now, and trying to get it widespread distribution. Again, the whole purpose of this is really to allow businesses to reopen. Businesses to rebuild and the world to revive and re-travel again, you know?
Yeah, re-travel, I love that.
Re-travel.
And just to sum up, why we should go and visit Oregon? Tell us something that we should not miss when we go there, for some of us who we still haven't been there yet. You know,
what is beautiful about Oregon has so many things that I really enjoy. One, it's people. The people are just incredible. Oregon has a deep culture where people are. It is about creating and participating, if you will, and so that's the beauty of Oregon. You know, the food scene, the wine, beverages, so the people are just wonderful. The main attraction. Secondly, though, is the natural beauty of Oregon. It is one of the most pristine, beautiful areas of the United States. You know, we have 363 miles of public beach. The entire coastland is open to the public. There's no such thing as a private beach in Oregon. It's all public. And we have some of those beautiful beaches. We have some of the most beautiful scenery in the world. The most incredible waterfalls. Multnomah Falls, for example, is one of those, which is right outside of Portland. Quick 30-minute drive, and you are seeing one of the most magnificent waterfalls that you've ever seen in your life. Wow. Mount Hood, Mount Bachelor, the gorge, it's just a beautiful, aesthetically beautiful area, and we really celebrate and encourage people to get out and get into the open air and get their hands in nature.
And talking, just to finish, what about business? Is a good place for business too?
Yes, it is a good place for business. It is Oregon and its politics really believe in bringing people up. And again, all ships must rise with the tide, right? We must all do well. Because if one of us is not, then we are not doing well. So from a business perspective, the governor has really made sure that it is a place where businesses are welcome and where government works very closely with businesses to create that environment of support and growth and unity.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Al. It was great to have you here today, and I enjoy very much the conversation. And yeah, now you are an international business person in the hospitality business, and
Yes, yes.
also making the world a better place to travel. So there you go.
There you go. Well, and thank you so much for the opportunity to speak with you and your audience. I do appreciate it. I encourage everyone to take a look at Oregon. Go to traveloregon.com, come out, take a look. Also, if you're interested in the vaccine passport, invisit.co, take a look. And we will see you at the Hood River Hotel one day soon, I hope.
Definitely, I will go and visit. I'm not so far, so I'm visiting you. Thank you so much for your time today. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.